Iranian-backed Houthi militants today claiming yet another attack in the Red Sea despite repeated U.S. efforts to deter them. This is just the latest act of aggression from Yemen's rebel group, with expanding threats on international waterways and shipping routes shortly after the start of the war between Israel and Hamas. U.S. and allied forces have responded to those attacks, carrying out strikes against Houthi targets to deter the Iranian proxy group from attacking commercial ships. ABC News foreign correspondent Britt Clennett is aboard the USS Eisenhower with more.
Hi, Kana. I am on board the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower here in the southern Red Sea, where tensions are running high. This ship is under constant threat of attacks from Iran-backed Houthi rebels firing missiles and drones from Yemen. Now, the U.S. and its allies, they say they're on a mission here to uphold freedom of navigation and prevent the Houthis from targeting commercial shipping in this very crucial trade route. The commander here, he says they're prepared to deal with any kind of incoming fire at any hour. This ship is in a constant state of alertness, they say. They say they have to be ready to launch at a moment's notice, even under the cover of night. Fighter jets roar as they rip across this flight deck here to survey the Red Sea. More than 50 flights per day being launched from here. Officers telling me they are successfully striking Houthi positions and reducing their capabilities, but at the same time, they know Iran is providing the militants with arms and intelligence, making this already big task all the more challenging. Kana?
All right, Britt Clennett, our thanks to you as always. And for more on the economic implications of these attacks in the Red Sea, I want to bring in the CEO of IR Consilium, Ian Ralby. Ian, thank you so much for being here with us. And first of all, you and your company, you advise on maritime law, development, security, and strategy. So, Ian, from your point of view, can you talk to us about how damaging these attacks are in the Red Sea? I mean, it's not just damaging for the shipping industry, right, but for the entire global economy.
That's absolutely right. Prior to all of this, about 30% of the world's container traffic moved through the Red Sea. We've now decreased the overall movement of the Red Sea to below 50% of what it used to be. And most of the ships that have rerouted are the container vessels. That means the goods that come to us, to our stores, to our grocery stores are going around the continent of Africa, adding time, adding cost. So the impact on that entire world economy is going to be felt in the coming days and weeks. And we've already started to see that. But if you just look back a couple of years to when the Ever Given got stuck in the Suez Canal for just 6 days, the cost of the global shipping industry for those 6 days was $416 million per hour. So extrapolate that to now several months, and you'll get a sense of just how vast the impact is.
And Ian, you were a witness in a recent congressional hearing on shipping threats in the Red Sea, and we have not seen the Houthis deterred by U.S. strikes in the region. But you said that a disproportionate response could give the Houthis, I'm quoting you here, exactly what they want. So is what they want direct military confrontation with the United States?
Yeah, for the last month, since the 12th of January, we have been giving them exactly what they have wanted for a long time. For 10 years, they've been saying that they were at war with the U.S. and the U.K. We've now given that to them. They are not deterred in any way by the types of strikes we are launching at the moment. They have, yes, reduced some of the Houthis' capabilities, but they haven't reduced the Houthis' control of territory. That is what matters to them. And thus far, what is in their interest has not been affected in any way. So what would deter us doesn't deter them. And thus, we need to be looking at what their interests are, what their motivations are, and what the levers are that we could pull to actually change their focus away from the maritime space and stop the attacks on global maritime commerce.
We just heard from our senior Pentagon reporter, Louis Martinez, that essentially from the Pentagon, the U.S. is starting to attack some of the launching positions, the rocket launching positions before they're airborne. Do you think that that could help this problem?
I mean, it may decrease the number of launch sites that they have, but it won't decrease their will. We have two different issues. We have the physical material that they're using and their motivation. We've increased their motivation even with a minimal decrease in their overall physical capability. What we have learned from piracy incidents all over the world, though, is that it takes very little, very low-tech equipment to disrupt maritime commerce. And we've already seen the Houthis start to evolve. They started out with first the attack on the Galaxy Leader, which we're showing right now, but then they've been striking with both missiles and drones. But now they've started using remote control bomb boats. They are able to launched different apparatuses that will affect maritime commerce and could do so long term. And they've even threatened to cut the submarine cables that run along the Yemen coast, which accounts for a third of the world's internet. The economic implications of that would be so catastrophic, it's hard to even quantify, with over $10 trillion of economic activity running through those cables every day. So the Houthis have the capacity to, with very low-tech equipment, continue to perpetrate a huge amount of harm on all of us. And so we need to recalibrate our response to focus on what will actually deter them rather than what would deter us.
And when you talk about the willingness, right, here to attack, they do certainly have low-tech sophistication here, but they have some. What about stopping Iran from providing the weapons?
Yeah, that's a very important piece of this as well, because Iran actually agreed on March 10th of last year in Beijing, when it re-engaged with Saudi Arabia for the first time in years, to stop overtly harming the Houthis. Unfortunately, that agreement has fallen apart. They have relaunched those arms movements. They have a lot of really well-ingrained smuggling routes that allow for the Houthis to replenish almost as fast as we can take out their capabilities. And so stopping that flow is critical. But if we want to actually stop them from attacking ships, even without those arms, we need to get their will to be moving in a different direction. And thus, we have to take a different tack from just hitting the weaponry. They're motivated by things that we just don't understand well enough. And so we need to get better at understanding what the levers are. And that includes understanding territory, and it includes understanding that the government of Yemen may hold the keys to moving this. And with a new prime minister in Yemen, we may be able to help enable them to take back their sovereignty against these Houthis, with whom they've been at war for over 10 years.
Better understanding the ideology over there. Ian, our thanks so much to you. We appreciate it.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.